The reason everyone talks about finding a work-life balance is that no one has a work-life balance. And the reason no one has a work-life balance is because there's no such thing. A work-life balance is a myth. Let's talk about it. As long as the daily demands of life are unpredictable and always changing, then a work-life balance will always be just out of reach, like an elusive mythical creature. And who's to say being out of balance is a bad thing? Like if you're a farmer and it's harvest season, you're up before dawn and you're home after dark, there is no work-life balance. Or the single working mother who's up late taking night classes. Or personally speaking, when you're a father and you're working and then the school calls because your kid is sick at school and you gotta come pick them up. Your life is instantly out of balance, but what you're doing is a good thing. And I would even say for these examples, not only is a work-life balance impossible, but it's wrong. So if a work-life balance is impossible and not realistic and always out of reach, then what are we supposed to be reaching for? Well, that's where the teachings and the words of Jesus can actually be really helpful for us. So here, let me demonstrate. So Jesus was Jewish, right? And in Jewish thought, work wasn't necessarily a bad thing. In fact, in the Jewish scriptures, Adam and Eve in the Garden of Eden worked. And so even in paradise, work was lifted up as this thing that was good to do. It gave you meaning, and it was good to live off of your hard work. And not only did Jews believe that God valued hard work, they also believed that God valued hard rest. So much so that for 6 days, God created the world. But after 6 days of hard work, he rested. And Jews believed that we are designed to do the same thing, to rest after 6 days of work. And specifically, we were designed to rest on this thing called the Sabbath. So after a week of hard work, God wanted his people to rest on the Sabbath and just shut it down all day. And when Jesus steps on the scene, he actually teaches that the Sabbath was made for man, meaning the Sabbath was made for you like a gift. And this is where we start to see how we can think differently about a work-life balance, because so many life coaches and self-help books and daily planners will talk about finding a balance in your day. But we've already talked about how that's too difficult. That's too hard to do because life can change in a moment's notice. So instead of looking and trying to balance a day, we need to zoom out and try to balance a week. The problem isn't your daily demands, it's your weekly withdrawal. And we need to stop thinking about a work-life balance and start thinking about a weekly balance. We need to stop thinking about a work-life balance and start thinking about a weekly rhythm. A week of meaningful hard work, followed by a day of hard rest. And by the way, this isn't taking a day off so you can, change the oil and do the laundry. That's not rest. This is a day where you rest as seriously as you work. It's rest from your responsibilities. It's resting from the idea of, how work makes you feel so important. It's resting with the people that you're too busy to connect with during the week. It's resting to consider the things that you're too busy to think about. And for Jesus, it's rest so you can connect with your Creator who owns everything anyway. And this is one of the easiest teachings of Jesus to just try out. So my advice, try it. This week, after a week of hard work, take one day to rest and rest hard. See how balanced your life feels when you start living in a weekly rhythm.